Hi, Tej here. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of A Little Too Deep. Thank you. You are a superstar. Now, we're going to have an episode 2 for you featuring YouTuber and OnlyFans superstar Lindi R. Now, be warned, there is a little bit of a delay between the audio because internet and things, you know how these things go. But I promise, it's still pure fire. So, check it out.
Yeah.
My name is Tej, and welcome to A Little Too Deep, talking everything sex, love, and relationships.
Yeah.
Today, we have a special episode. We actually have someone that I would be wanting to talk to for a minute now. She goes by the name of Lindi. Lindi, can you just have us a short intro as to who you are and who you is?
Hello, my name is Lindi. Some people may know me as Lindi_R. I'm a nudist, a sexual wellness coach, and a OnlyFans content creator. Basically, and a YouTuber. That's me.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Love it. So, welcome to everybody out here. I want everybody to chill, relax. If you're in the cars, I want you just to have a nice drive in the traffic, or if you're at home cooking up some eggs, or if you're rolling up a blunt right now, I want you to chill for the next hour. We're going to have a good time, have some nice chats. Kush, I want to introduce this guy. You back again. People are going to say, who's this nigga with the do-rag? What's up, Kush?
I'm Kush Kandy. I'm awesome, bruh.
Are you awesome? Are you good?
I'm really good, bruh, as usual. You know me, bruh.
Flexi.
Yeah,
Drink
there's
check.
a lot of things we need to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
And thank you, Lindi, for joining us today on second episode of the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Second episode of the show.
Yes, sir. Okay, so a couple of things. So generally, the reason why I wanted us to have the show is that if you actually have a look at this year, it's been a really locked down time. Everybody's indoors. Everybody's trying to find a hustle for to do indoors when you're under wraps. So I've had a chance to speak to a lot of people about a lot of things, right? And a couple of things. I think we've had a couple of conversations.
A lot.
on this particular subject. We're going to have a little chat about a little, I don't know, let's call it a service called OnlyFans. Right?
Is it a service?
It's okay. So that's the thing. We don't even know. Some people, that's why it's so interesting, is that some people don't even know what OnlyFans is. Like, it's so amazing that in this day and age, I come across someone that doesn't know what OnlyFans is. Do you know what OnlyFans is, Coach?
Yo, I do know what OnlyFans is, bro. I've got internet, so.
Do you subscribe?
I've subscribed before. In a few of my contents on OnlyFans. Yeah, I did.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know all of this. So this is new to me, so I'm here to learn a couple of things. So in particular, why I have you here, Lindi, thank you so much once again for joining us. One thing I like about your stuff is that the difference, because people would assume if something's OnlyFans, it's very sexual, very smutty, it's like porn essentially. Some people tend to think that, a lot of stuff on OnlyFans is porn. So I've been following you for a while now. And one thing I like about your posts and your content is that it's more artistic and more art directed. And you can see that someone put time into this content.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious thing for you to do? Because you can tell the difference between Lindi R and there's a big superstar, OnlyFans superstar. I know what's her name.
I don't know her name, but
she goes by the name of Lady Zeus.
Lady Zeus.
Zeus, something Zeus.
Yeah, something Zeus.
Okay. So fill us in.
Okay, you might fill us in. You might fill us in on.
Tell us why go the route that you do. Obviously, it was a conscious decision.
So it wasn't necessarily a conscious decision. I think so. I started off posting nudes on Instagram. Before OnlyFans, there was Lindi R, the nudist. And I felt very comfortable expressing myself in an artistic way through my nudity. And I felt more beautiful the more I put out certain content. And I think just based on that, people started saying, well, especially my mom. My mom was like, Lindy, what's
Yeah.
the point of being naked on the internet if you're not going to make money? And I was like, okay, cool. Well, people have been suggesting OnlyFans. So let me,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
and
yeah,
not
yeah.
making anything from it.
let me try out OnlyFans. And I did it just not really like overthinking
Okay.
what I could expect from it. I kind of just was like, oh, we'll see where the wind blows. And the more it evolved, the more I realized that it's a lot of work. There's so much that you have to put in there. The kind of promotion that you have to do, which is still subtle and not
Yeah.
like trashy. And
It's like a mini business.
it is definitely a mini business, and you have to consider your promotion, your marketing, your photography, how professional you want it to look versus how realistic you want it to look. So I don't put a lot of my
Yeah.
professional pictures on OnlyFans because they like the raw authenticity of feeling like the girl next door who's just taken a picture or a video with her phone versus the girls who have a whole photo shoot and it just
Yeah.
seems a bit
Yeah.
staged. So I use my stage
Yeah.
pictures to kind of promote my OnlyFans to draw them in, but the raw and authentic, realistic vibe comes in my OnlyFans. And I also make sure that I only record when I feel sexy. So I've lost a lot of subscribers because people get frustrated at the fact that I don't post once or twice a day.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes it's only every three
Okay.
days. But I have to feel sexy. I have to want to put the content out there. I have to want to give you my character and my personality through my
Yeah.
Yeah.
pictures because if I'm faking it, you'll definitely see it. And I hate having to do that because then it feels like a job. And then I won't feel the empowerment that I
Okay.
get from ownership of my body, doing it in my own space, doing it without anybody regulating or telling me how to use my body, and it makes me feel empowered.
Yeah.
So the moment I feel pressured to do what people are expecting of me, it takes
Yeah.
away from that. So I make sure that I'm only posting when
Yeah.
I feel sexy, when I'm turned on.
Yeah. Oh, talking about your mother. So your mother followed your Instagram pictures and all that. She was a follower of yours.
No, my mom is still a follower of mine. She comments on every single one of my YouTube videos, every single one
Oh,
of my
okay.
Instagram posts. She
Yeah.
is
Super,
she
super
is
mom,
very
yo.
involved. Yeah,
And that's so
definitely.
interesting because that's so interesting because now you can pretty much literally showed her that you can literally
Yeah,
make your
exactly.
own
You
cash
free to
the way
do
you want
that.
to do
Yeah.
in the route that you want to take. So that's actually quite cool, man.
Oh, because like Lindy, I've got a question for you. A lot of people do OnlyFans for the money. They see people posting on like, yeah, I've got an OnlyFans account, etc. So I'm just thinking right now from what you just said. You said you were a nudist and you really loved yourself in that way. You loved your body and you love sharing your body and your confidence out there. I literally thought like people maybe that are on OnlyFans will literally be like, oh, I need money. I'm tired of this family here. Bangvuse ekuseni, wash the dishes.
Yeah.
You know what? I need my own kaching right now.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go on OnlyFans and make easy money. So from what I'm hearing you saying right now, it's actually a different perspective of
Shit.
everything that I know about OnlyFans.
Like
And
you
thank you
can
very
So
much. Eh?
you can
you're not
definitely see that
wrong.
it's more than just posting a couple pics,
Yeah.
man. Like it's a legit.
Yeah.
The people that come into my DMs. So because I put 2 videos out on
Yeah.
YouTube about how to start an OnlyFans and the things to look out for, I get a lot of people coming onto my Instagram and
Yeah.
DMing me and saying, "Hey, I need help. Please can you help me set up? I keep getting rejected, etc., etc." But then you get the odd few who will say, "I
Yeah.
don't understand
Yeah.
why I don't have any subscribers." And you look at their page and it's just vagina. Like it's just vagina all over the page. And I
Yeah.
feel like, okay, people have no reason to want to go and see what's on your OnlyFans because you've
They're
put
not
Like
making
how
it
pretty can be
sexy
everything
like
enough.
vagina's
on
not
your
necessarily.
page. Like you need to give them something to think about. You need to leave something to the imagination. But at the
Yeah.
same time, they also come into my DMs with the notion that I'm going to
Oh,
post all of these nudes and I'm going to get money tomorrow. And it takes a while. You have to build up your brand. You have to.
yeah.
It's still a job, and people
Oh,
don't
so
understand that there's a lot of work you have to put into it to get the money out.
Mm.
Okay, so one thing I need to ask you, starting your brand, talking about brands right now, you started obviously your brand on social media, of course, which was Instagram or Twitter. So do you have links to your OnlyFans account, or you built that from whatever you had on Instagram, etc., compared to these girls that literally want you to help them start an account out of the blue and be successful, but they still don't have a brand that they had before? How
Yeah,
did
because
you
it's
start?
pretty
Yeah.
interesting. It feels like you have to leverage a couple of
Yeah.
things. So
How did you
I
start?
know on that, I know a couple of you would think that Instagram would be a place where people, because I mean, Instagram, there's niggas
Yeah.
out there that have only baddies and they
Yeah.
scroll only bad and only. So it's on Instagram, Vela, but obviously Instagram has certain restrictions. You can't have nudity, you
Yeah.
can't have certain things. So I see people maybe migrate to Twitter. And I know Twitter doesn't really have the same restrictions that Instagram has. So it's kind of feel like you have to at least have a following of some sort on a legit
Yeah.
social service, Instagram, Twitter, before you can even move to OnlyFans. I don't
Yeah.
think people jump into OnlyFans without following. Or does OnlyFans have its own community? Does it have its own followers that people don't
Yeah.
necessarily come from Instagram or Twitter, or is it pulling from somewhere?
So it's yes to both, because so I was fortunate enough to have an already existing brand and to be comfortable enough to put myself out there like that. So people kind of, wanted to see more of me because I was already putting myself out there like that. However, you can, and a lot of people do start from absolute scratch, like zero. I started a Twitter account specifically
Oh.
for OnlyFans
Okay.
at the end of July, on the 27th of July, and I've got 9,500 followers already. I'm about to get to 10K. So that's just based on
Yes,
consistency.
Oh.
yes,
It's based
yes,
on
yes. I hope
promo.
those are big
It's
We
numbers.
need
based
Are
to
those
on.
big
like we need
numbers?
to like
Are those big numbers? I
So
mean,
it's all about the work
is
we
that
that
need
you
to have
put
gold?
a
out
party.
Is
there.
that gold?
It's all about how much you're willing to do, how much promo you're willing to promote yourself, how artistic you are in doing it. I won't lie and say that I did it all on my own. I didn't have the time because I have so many other social media things
Yeah.
and coaching and. So I got a manager, and
Yeah.
it was also one, he's a man, so he sees it from a man's perspective, and he's quite quirky and cool and cute in the ways that he promotes his girls. But all I would do is give him the content I was
Okay.
willing to put out there, and he would find cool captions or cool snippets from videos
Yeah.
that he would post on my behalf, and he would know when the timing is right, when not to post.
Okay.
And I dealt with all that, the comments and DMs. But even when I would get approached with something that was quite hectic, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to deal with this, we would he would coach me through being able to answer this
Mm-hmm.
person,
Yeah, yeah.
so that I'm actually protecting myself as well. So I haven't done all of this by myself, but almost 10,000 followers, and I started it in like August basically,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like he was worth it. But so he's the proof, or
Yeah, which
rather,
is just
I'm
nice.
the
That's not even
proof
a okay.
that you
Hmm.
can
Quite a
still
short time.
start.
Yeah.
You can still start on no followers at all, or no brand identity at all, because there is a community. And if you do things right, join the right groups, retweet each other, ask for follow backs, ask for, can I post your stuff for you to post mine, pay
Okay.
for your content to be
Yeah.
promoted by girls who have big numbers, and that will get you subscribers. So a
Okay.
lot of people who pay me, I'll promo them for like 24 hours, and they'll pay me like $10, and they'll get at least a minimum of 5 new
Oh.
subscribers just from those 24 hours. So you have to think about your return on
Oh,
investment. You
top,
have to
top.
think about what you're willing to put your money into, because it actually is a job. You are a brand, you have to market yourself, and it's a business.
Yeah.
So talking about promos, sorry, are those promos done on Twitter, Instagram, or where do you do those promos for those girls that literally pay you in order to promote them to be on OnlyFans?
So because I do it
Where
for
do they
24
go by?
hours, I do it on all my platforms as well as on OnlyFans. So maybe like one of my subscribers on OnlyFans might have
Okay.
a flavor for, vanilla, then I'll promo a white chick, and then she'll get followers from that,
Yeah.
because I can't just say that I'm your only type. You might want to subscribe to more than one person. And because sex worker community is so community based,
With
we
anything,
have
I
to
mean,
put
I
each
know
other
on
on.
Pornhub,
We
I know
have
a
to
variety of
like
things that we can search.
100%. So you have to like help one another
Okay,
and build one another.
Can I ask? Yeah. Okay, can I ask you a question? Like when these girls come to you, okay, I'm a girl. I come to you.
I'm a girl,
Lindy, I
y'all.
need to promote something. So do you look at the type of girls you want to promote? Like, hey, she's not yellow bone enough. Hey, she's not dark bone enough. Hey, Gwen Segando.
Yes,
Do
because
you
it's funny. It's like, oh,
yeah,
it's
do
a
you
bit, it's a
actually
bit
like
superficial. I
would you
wonder, what are the selections? Like, what is
yeah, do
your
you select what you choose? Like
preferences, or
So
what's good for the market?
yeah.
If that's
money
the right
money
word.
doesn't see preference. Money sees hands. If you are willing to pay me
Cash.
and you
True.
and not only that, I cannot say that of the 8,000, 9,000 people who follow me on my Instagram for OnlyFans, because I also have a separate page.
Yeah.
Of the 9,000 people, I can't say that no, this one's going to say they only want yellow bones. Every single person has a preference. And when people ask me for advice in terms of, oh, what should I do in terms of how to start, I always say, have a niche. I love to dance. I love to feel sexy. I love to feel sensual, and I love to parade my body for myself in front of a mirror. So I do that a lot on my
Oh, girl, you do
OnlyFans,
your
and
thing.
that is my niche. So other people have really beautiful boobs, and they love to show cleavage. They love to show their nipples. They love to play with their boobs. Then that there's a preference. There's something out there for every single man. That's why people have toe fetishes. That's why people have ass worshipping. That's why there's leg worshipping. There's so many different things that you can choose. What do you feel confident doing? And what are you willing to put out there? And how are you going to promote it to make it enticing to your market? Because there is a market.
Oh, that's so awesome, eh?
So look, I wanna okay. So with this whole OnlyFans thing, because we're getting deeper and deeper into the actual content, but you're gonna lose me. You're gonna lose me.
Deep end.
It's a little too deep, right? So I want to know, like, the decision to get on OnlyFans, because me being, I'm a digital person. I'm up to speed as to internet fashions, tech fashions, and things like that, or tech trends. So I used to think that OnlyFans is literally just a private space. It's just literally locked content or restricted content. So I'm not going to give it to you for free on Instagram, whether it's a picture, whether it's a piece of art, whether it's whatever video. It doesn't have to be pornography, but I can be showing you art, something that I paint. I'm not going to give it to you for free on Instagram, but if you want to see like the full fashion film,
come to
OnlyFans, right? And then over time, OnlyFans started getting a bad reputation as to the place for OnlyFans models. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. So it was kind of a place where it was a place for literally OnlyFans models to be discovered and start showing some explicit content and content that you otherwise wouldn't want other people to see unless a small private view. So I got two questions. So with something that is frowned upon like OnlyFans, when you got into it, I'm sure it was probably at a peak stage, right? So when you got into it, what was the thing that said, okay, I'm going to try this thing out. I'm going to have a go at it despite the perceptions and despite what people think about the judgments and things like that. Is it just explain that process? Is like, how do you decide, okay, I'm going to post my first little piece of content?
So, like I said, I had already put a lot of nudes out on Instagram, and I'm a naturally rebellious person. I'm a naturally want to test the status quo, want to do things that go against the norm. And for me, it was kind of like, it was kind of like an easy decision. Let's see what happens. I definitely, like I said earlier, wasn't going for it for the money, but I also wanted to test my limits and see how far am I willing to go. So at the beginning, I said, I will never play with myself on camera. I was like, oh my gosh, that is not for me. I'm not that girl. blah blah blah. And then a few months later,
Yeah.
because that was the demand, I also started feeling a lot sexy and being bored with just posting
Yeah.
nudes. So you kind of evolve. And then I started playing with myself
Yeah.
on camera. And then I said, I
You have
will
to up the
never
ante a
have
little
another
bit.
person in camera
Yeah.
with me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, how dare
Yeah,
I do that? That's porn. I may as well be on Pornhub. Whereas now I have like a
Yeah.
subtle hand or someone fingering me or someone else, showing just a part of their body, but not necessarily identifying who they are. So for me, I feel like there's so many limits that I said I wouldn't test, and I've tested them and I've gone beyond them, and it just keeps getting a little bit more. But I still want to keep it within the confines of it's my choice, it's in my space, and I'm the one who has autonomy and ownership over every decision or every post that goes out. So it's not like I'm forced or
Yeah.
anything, and
Of course, of
that's
course, of
where the
course.
empowerment comes from. So I will still probably get further, or
Yeah.
eventually I'll just stop. I'll get bored, So it's all dependent on you and what your limits are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a funny note. I want to ask you, on your first video that you did, how did you feel, by the way, when you met the guy? How did you feel? Like,
Yeah. Is it okay?
I
Before
just had
is
this.
it okay? I feel like you want to share something, bro.
Yeah.
But is it like I feel like maybe you had stuff or
Did you have
not
like
stuff store? Wait, but like do you store stuff? Because I don't.
Yeah.
She probably hadn't. It wasn't the first sexy video pic she ever took, right?
Yeah.
So I know I got like a folder with like secret things shilling, but
Obviously,
I'm not gonna release
everyone
that
has
stuff.
that.
You understand? So I mean, I'm nervous. I mean, when I'm recording for myself, it's one thing. I mean, one person's gonna see that, whatever, right? But if people are waiting to see your stuff, I mean, it's a different energy.
Yeah, I just
It's a
like to
different
know
energy.
that. Like, did you have like a little devil here and a little Jesus here, like saying, "Okay,
Role play.
I want to post this. Okay, let me not post. Okay, let me sit down. Let me think about it." Well, how was it? Your first video, literally, or your first
So
pictures on OnlyFans?
I
That
didn't have
experience, the emotions behind that.
I didn't have a video that I said specifically this is going to be my first one. I kind of just went through my content to see where I felt sexiest and what I was willing to put out there to show people
Yeah.
this is what to expect. So I already had a whole bunch of content out there, but I can tell you my first video where I had to play with myself. I had to ensure that there was somebody else in the room because I feed off people's energy. So I don't like to play with toys on my own. I don't masturbate normally. So I have to have somebody who's watching me and who's getting turned on by what I'm doing in order to spur me on. So I
Like a
had
hype
somebody
man.
in the room,
A hype man.
100%. And then that hype man kind of became my cameraman. And
Imagine.
my
Wow.
cameraman kind of also now knows
Nice.
my angles, and he knows, and now I also am able to adjust with
Yes.
different cameramen. So it's not only one person, it's whoever makes me feel sexy. It's whoever I probably have had sex with. It's whoever I want to have sex with. It's whoever in that moment when I have to show that I am my sexiest, I want to show you that. So obviously my audience is going to want to see that too. So whatever you're seeing, you're going to record and I'm going to show them. So I record a whole bunch of stuff.
That's actually,
it doesn't
that's
happen
actually
often.
great. Yeah,
That's good
exactly.
energy,
I
because
love
if you're
that.
in the mood, if you're in the right energy.
Yeah.
I was still saying if you're in the correct energy, I mean it's gonna show on camera. You're gonna
And
show that you're
then
enjoying yourself.
you did say, by the way, that you've got a manager, right?
Yes.
Business savvy.
Business savvy
She's
manager,
business
yeah.
savvy.
So
you know what it is.
how did you meet this guy, and how could you be like? How did you trust this guy in order for him to actually, yeah,
So,
you know what it is.
luckily for
I just
me,
want to know how you trusted this guy to be your manager and actually.
No, so luckily for me, I already knew him. He is a long-term friend of mine. So I guess the trust was initially there. But when other girls ask me about him, because they have heard about him, he manages quite a few of the top SA OnlyFans girls. And when they hear about him, they always come to me because I'm quite open and honest with information. And I always say, whatever you are willing to put out there onto the internet, be sure. Because if you give him something and he posts about it, and then afterwards you feel some type of way, you're going to now blame him. But you've given him that content.
Yeah.
You've already disseminated. You've already shared it.
Exactly.
So know that the moment you send it in the cloud, or the moment you even take the picture, there's someone who has access to it. So be very comfortable with what it is that you're willing to put out there, and then let him do the rest. So I trust him in the sense that he's not exploiting whatever it is that we're giving him, because we are giving it willingly. One. Two, he takes a percentage of what you make for the month. So it's not like it's a fixed fee. It's not like if you have a bad month, he has a bad month. So he doesn't want you to have a bad month, because the more money you make, the more tips you get, the more subscribers you get, the more money he gets. So it's always a win-win situation. And he'll never he always has your best interest at heart. So because I knew him as a friend, I'm also able to back him. But I've also seen the work that he's done for me. I haven't used him for the past month because I owe him money. And let's not tell nobody that. But I said, let's just.
Damn.
Why?
Don't put that out there. Don't put
Can
out
I tell you why?
money.
Can I tell you why?
Money, dude.
Can I tell you why?
Lindi, like, just take that
Yeah.
back.
No, I'm not going to take it back, because I think also people have a misconception about OnlyFans, that you're making so much money, so you must be able to have this lavish lifestyle. I am also a sexual wellness coach. I have a whole website that's running. I have people who are editing videos for me. So the money I make from OnlyFans,
it's a couple
I
of
put
hustles,
back
like as with any career.
100%. So I put back into my other businesses. That's something I choose to do. Other girls have the luxury of being able to buy cars, or being able to, buy houses. And yes, we can make that kind of money. And yes, I'm definitely making
do
that
whatever
kind of
they
money.
want to do.
However,
Splurge.
it's about what you're willing to invest into it. And with me, I feel like I had to now prioritize. There's so many things I want to now do. Do I put a halt on my manager for my OnlyFans, which is still generally naturally running? Or do I still invest in him and hope that I'm going to get more money than I'm getting? No, I'm okay for now. I can go 1 month without him posting for me, because I do that for myself generally. I just didn't have the time before. But me saying, okay, cool, I'm going to pay you this money, and I might not necessarily use you right now. People don't think that way. They don't have the foresight. They stress. They think, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay this guy? I don't have that money. I'm not making that money. Because we have to put this view out there that we are making gallons and gallons of buckets of money. And it's not always the case. There are months where I am a big baller shot caller. And then there's months where my subscribers don't like me, and they're just like, oh, we're bored. You only posted every 3 days, so I'm unsubscribing. And I watch my subscribers fluctuate. So you also have to know that take the punches. Don't do it for the money, because the moment you do it for the money, you're going to feel frustrated.
Is it fickle like that? Is OnlyFans fickle?
Very fickle.
Are
very
they
fickle.
fickle like that?
Very fickle. You cannot reply to a DM and a guy will say, oh, I knew all
really
South African girls are like this. I'm unfollowing.
I really love what you're doing. But it... Yeah,
I mean,
what you promoting actually is...
I guess, sorry there, Kushman. I guess it's your audience. I mean, you can't turn away the people that are, paying your checks as well. So I mean, it's a catch-22 type of situation. But
Definitely.
I wouldn't think people just unfollow you just like that.
No, they do.
Yeah, so another question I have, another question of the progression you went through from OnlyFans, starting from OnlyFans. We know you as a person who's body positive, and we've seen your Instagram pictures, etc.
Yes.
You've gone to OnlyFans and did this, whatever. So how was it like to you moving up from, okay, I'm seeing your picture right now of your body, etc., and you get the DMs. Is it DMs, or is it like tips that you get on OnlyFans where they actually ask you to do something for them? Yeah. So that first time you got that first message that says, oh, okay, we're tired of this. Can you give us this?
I was like, fuck you, so what? Yeah, this is what I do.
Like,
This is what I do, because people will be like, this is what I do.
Yeah. So I just want to know, like, how was it, and how did it feel like, and how did you feel? And in a way that, okay, I need to do this thing that I usually do not do from what my work is, but still it's on OnlyFans now. So how was it for you?
I never do anything I don't feel comfortable doing. So why I am also comfortable losing
Oh, okay.
subscribers is because people will request certain things of me. So there's a guy who has requested, I feel like I want to read it to you so you can see how bucket it is. But like
Bring
The
he
it on.
literally
craziest, eh?
asked
Like
me
read it. Like read. I mean, this is
to,
just.
yo, it's
What
so
did you
bug.
say?
It's so bug. Okay, let me get it up. But
Oh.
and I'm gonna read it to you in the voice
Yeah,
that I
It's
read that
think
shit.
that. Are you ready? Okay, cool. But let me, whilst it's still loading,
I feel
okay,
it's gonna be
yeah.
a
Do
sexy
the
Shazam
voice,
voice.
please. Do the
Some
voice.
Zulu voice.
That's what I always do.
Ready.
so whilst it's
Yeah,
still
always
loading,
like imagine a
I feel
message and I
like
do the voice like, hey baby.
where is this? Yeah, so he asked me to do something that I've never done before. Something that I feel like oh my gosh, that's a bit much. And it was on
Yeah.
two ends of the spectrum. One to be a sub and one to be a dom. He asked me for two different scenarios. And this guy has consistently been tipping me for all my videos and stuff. So he's a loyal customer. He's going to pay for absolutely anything, but now he has a request. And I
Oh.
have left this for a while. I've been responding to him and trying to psych myself up to get to that point, and I honestly can't. So now I feel like I need to tell him, I'm sorry, I'm not the girl for you, and I have to be able to forfeit that
Because
money.
that's not
I have to be
you.
able to say it's because it's just not me.
Like, don't
So,
interrupt. Don't
are you
interrupt. I
ready?
want to hear the story.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, ready.
Ready. Bring it on. Bring on the
Okay.
news.
So, for video one, a scenario in which you spit on and hand job a dildo as if it's my dick, while verbally abusing and humiliating me. I can't get my dick hard, so you're touching me
Okay.
to get me hard, but it isn't working. I want you to mock and humiliate me for my soft, pathetic, useless dick. Be very mean and cruel. Tell me I'm pathetic, that I'm a failure as a man, that you only use me for my money.
Yes.
Tell me how
That sounds
pathetic,
like a movie.
unattractive,
It sounds like
disgusting my
Euphoria.
soft dick is. Tell me you wish you had a proper hard dick available to fuck you instead of my broken dick. Tell me how I should be ashamed. Tell me how frustrating trying to get me hard is. Be
Yes.
ruthless and mean. Humiliate and degrade me. Laugh at me. Threaten to tell everyone about my soft, pathetic failure of a dick. Generally, be really cruel, making me feel used and humiliated and ashamed. So that's scenario one. Now, keep in mind, I can't memorize all of these things and be able to say that whilst
Nah,
I'm
So that
giving
request
a
is kind of a
blowjob
no-go,
to
eh?
a
Did you hear? That's
dildo.
only one option.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for the second one?
Nah, I think that guy watched a lot of Euphoria, hey?
Nah, but
Sorry,
okay.
is the second one.
Is it different from the first one? Is it now?
Yes.
Okay, we're ready. Either way, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Submissive role play. Stroking and sucking
Bring
a
it
dildo like
on.
it's my dick. Running it between your breasts, saying things along the lines of, look at my beautiful titties, master. Please use them as you see fit, master. They belong to you. They exist to be fucked by you. I love being your toy, your doll, your servant, your doormat. You're in control. I'm here to serve and worship and obey you. Please hurt me, master. Lots of begging, begging
Oh
begging
my.
to use my beautiful body to pull my nipples, to smack your tits, that kind of thing. And that was the option. So this guy, the same guy, gave me two different scenarios that he wanted me to do a video
You can't
for,
laugh at this thing.
and
'Cause
I
you can't
can't do
laugh. This is
either. I
someone's
can't do
fantasy.
either.
People don't
It
laugh in
is.
your
It's someone's
fantasy.
fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, so you lost him as a follower. You lost him as a
No, he's
subscriber,
still
sorry.
there. He's still there. He loves
Gone.
my work, but
Oh.
Oh, but you still
I've
did
lost
not.
money. Yeah, I've lost money.
Oh.
Damn, but like this, you just can't do that. That's a lot.
I can't.
It
I
lost me when
can't.
you said treat me like a pathetic doormat.
Yeah.
And that's where it had me. That's where it had me. I actually
So,
had a
have
funny
you heard of
interaction,
Femdon?
but that's another story
Yes.
for another day. BDMs
Okay,
is the
that's
world.
really interesting. Hey, like
So
that's
if someone fendom, I know BDSM.
yeah. Okay,
So
what's that?
femdom,
BDSM or
it's
fem
basically
No, not
femdom?
no
finan
fandom.
it's basically financial domination. So people will give me their bank account details, their ID,
Oh,
Oh,
like
their
I ain't
yeah.
gonna pay you. I'm gonna beg you.
Yes, and no, they're going to give
Is
me
that-
their access and control to all of their funds, and then
yeah,
they'll send me pictures that I can blackmail them with. And if they don't give me the money that I
Crazy.
require or that I ask for, then I can contact their family, I can show their wives, I can. So basically, they like the control, and that's from a financial point of view. So
oh,
this
Get it.
guy asking me to
Get it.
do this is completely normal. It's so common. I get it in my DMs so often, but I cannot bring myself to
Yeah.
give them what they want.
Boundaries. Because I mean, you say you've obviously experimented with certain things, but that's only if you want to. It's not a
yeah,
force to be
exactly.
like,
You don't have
just
to
to.
if you don't want to, but then you lose money
Hey
at
man,
the
you gotta
point
have to
of
say it's
it.
like with anything. It's like with anything. You gotta decide the do's and don'ts, basically.
Okay, Lindy, another question from me, by the way. I remember you asked me, you did say, by the way, that you've got people that come to you for you to actually advertise their pages and whatever. Do you get that from gay people apparently? Or you get that from straight girls or whatever that want to be on any gay people maybe that come up to you and ask you like,
On the other
hey, I'm also
side,
yeah, on
actually,
the
I
other
haven't
side.
seen a lot of on the
Yeah.
other side. Yeah.
So there are actually a lot of men that I am in contact with that have OnlyFans, but I feel like the
Yeah, and straight men, not only gay guys.
and
Yeah.
definitely
Okay.
straight men too, but the homosexual community kind of,
Yeah.
they support one another. So you know exactly what groups to post your content in,
Yeah.
who's going to repost it, who's going to get you your target
Mm-hmm.
audience. Where so they wouldn't necessarily come to me because the people who
Yeah.
are following me or who are subscribed to me wouldn't subscribe to them because they're not necessarily homosexual.
Okay,
They've
yeah.
got a
Straight
different, yeah,
people.
they've got a different fetish. However, I do have a shoot coming up with someone who has his OnlyFans. He is homosexual, but I want to kind of fuse the two
Oh, okay.
energies together, where it's like my peeps and his peeps will see how beautiful we look together and how delicious we can be together without being sexually engaging with one
Yeah.
another,
Mm-hmm.
but still want to follow to see what the
Engaging with
other
each
page
other.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't, you know me, I like to push the boundaries and go against the status quo. So that's next on the agenda.
Yes. Can a guy get into OnlyFans? Let's say I wanted to get to, it's never gonna happen. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if Tej as today Tatu wanted to say like, I want to get into OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Right? And I want to show a little bit of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Is that a thing?
The eggplant. The
Can
eggplant. Yeah, you want to show
there's not much
eggplant
to show.
there.
I feel like there's not
Yeah.
much to show. There's literally one side and that's about it. But if I wanted to start an OnlyFans paying fans page as a guy, is that possible? Should people, is
Definitely.
that the new
A
wave?
lot
Does
of
it happen? Is it too
men
late?
are actually making money off OnlyFans. Okay, so I think we also need to take away from the fact that OnlyFans is only used for sex workers and for girls who are playing with themselves, and because, for example, Tiger,
Yeah.
who has his like behind the scenes hectic
Mm-hmm.
videos, he goes and puts his stuff on OnlyFans,
Yeah, the
and he
rapper.
makes
Tiger,
so much
I just thought he's got
Tiger. He's
money.
got an
OnlyFans,
One hundred
bro.
account.
percent.
I ain't trying to see
Cardi
nothing.
B is also, she's got an OnlyFans account, and she puts her the behind the scenes for all the
Hmm.
Okay.
music videos and the photo shoots that she has, and people want to see that reality type stuff, so they're going to subscribe. She's also as cheap as they can get, so she's not trying to exploit you. It's not for the money. It's just also so
Yeah.
you can see a different side to her, and it's done through OnlyFans. So the moment you say that it's only for sex
Okay.
work or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, you kind of limit it. So men can put
Mm-hmm.
their workout routines, men can put their hair routines, men can put
Yeah, certain
their whatever it
gender
is. Like,
groups.
you can put your
Yeah.
YouTube type esque videos with your boys where you're talking about sports, and people will want to
Okay.
subscribe to that because they actually value the things that you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to choose your niche, you have to choose what it is
Mm-hmm.
that you want to use the platform for, and then consistently push that narrative. It's not only for sex work.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
it's two sides to that. So okay, so you can completely do it. Like I said, it's not only. I'm sure it's a smaller. How much percentage is explicit content towards just private content? Do you think, especially in essay context?
Sure, in the essay context, I think because it's only been or rather expressed from a sexual point of view, I think it would definitely still be like 80-20. I do know a few girls who
Oh,
aren't
okay,
even
so it's
getting
still
Yeah.
naked at
primarily.
all. They are, but they're still making money off OnlyFans because they have an international market. So, but from a South African context, it's definitely like
Hmm,
80%
hmm.
sexual, 20% other. So.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay.
Lindy, question from me. Have you ever had your content been recorded on OnlyFans and been put on those sites like
X videos,
X videos
Pornhub,
or Pornhub or
X
whatever?
hamster,
Have you ever had that
X hamster.
scenario where you've seen your stuff actually? Because apparently there's people that record your stuff if they've got your subscription with you, and they record it and they
Yeah,
put it
it's
on.
like more piracy
Have you
anyway.
ever had that kind of piracy
Mm.
with your content?
So yeah, I mean, I get that all the time. It comes with the territory. I kind of like expect to get that. I know
Yeah,
that when
exactly.
I put certain things out there. So, for example, a friend of mine, actually the person whose laptop I'm using, told me, "Hey, he's a part of a group, and he
Yeah.
is on
Hey, shout out, shout
OnlyFans,
out, shout out, shout out.
and he's like, yeah, they people we put money into this group every month, and this one person will go and subscribe to." Whichever page may have blocked certain regions, and then they screen record everything, and then they have a mega file. And I've seen there's a Lindi R mega file,
Yeah.
and everyone has access to every single bit of my content. Some people try and sell it for 150
Is
rand.
it?
Mm,
Some people, and obviously that means you get less subscribers because if you can
mm,
pay once off for everything that's there, as opposed to
Oh,
consistently paying
mm.
monthly,
damn.
you're more likely to
Yeah.
choose the option of paying once off. So you do lose out on a lot of
Yeah.
money, but at the
Ah.
same time, like I said, I'm not doing it for the money. So I mean, right now I am because it is a
Mm.
source of income and it's a very good source of income. But if
Yeah,
I
it
try
is.
and drive, if my drive or my path and my direction is based on the money, I will get very frustrated. I will start to do things that I don't feel is within my scope, and I think I just kind of need to keep my head focused on the fact
Yeah.
that it's a hobby, like it's an extra,
Uh-huh.
it's a side, it's pocket money. So yeah.
Hmm, hmm. Okay.
So yeah, what channels can you go through maybe to have your stuff being deleted on those platforms? Do you know perhaps, or your manager perhaps knows what he can do in order to have, since it's your thing?
The only thing you really can do is try
Have
and
you ever tried
expose
that?
them, and make other females aware that this page or this person who's following you could potentially be exploiting your stuff. But at the same time, you'll never know who's the one who's
Yeah.
screen recording from your followers, especially like subscribers have names that are with numbers. It's just
Yeah,
U13568QT,
man. With
like,
anything.
so you don't necessarily know who exactly is
Yeah.
following you,
Mm.
so you can't identify the person who is exploiting you. So it just, you have to go roll with the punches, but you also can let other ladies know. But I know, I
Oh,
mean, for
okay.
example, right now there was
Okay.
a lady who followed me on Instagram, on my OnlyFans Instagram, and she wanted me to be an escort. And I was like, I'm actually quite intrigued because she led me to a website. She was very
Mm.
Yeah.
professional. She was very, boom, boom, boom. So I wanted to see
Hmm.
what it was about.
Ah.
And
Obviously.
I
Everything is so shady with these things.
dude, so I
So
went
shady.
onto
But
the
yes.
website and I saw there was a whole bunch of girls that were there. So I'm like, so these girls who are sending their pictures or who are posting for this website, they must feel safe enough to endorse it. So I let her try and hook me up with one person because I wanted to see how it worked. And I obviously, because I'm a little bit more educated than the average, I'm not going to just take everything at face value. So I had a lot of questions. She got very frustrated with me. She got annoyed. She was like, "Are you going to do it or not?" And I'm just like, how does the deposit work? Is there money up front? Where's the contract? Who am I meeting? How do I ensure that I'm
Just
safe?
do it.
Can I
Just
bring
do
a
it.
friend?
Come on, man.
Can
Just
I
do it.
like there
I
was
feel like
just
that would be the
too many
aspect.
things that she was just like, I can't deal with this bitch.
Safe.
Of
Until
course.
eventually
Of
I
course.
stopped, like I blocked her because she was just being a bit too pushy. And I also blocked the gentleman that she subsequently wanted to hook me up with. But now, like literally a week ago, someone on Instagram sent me a screenshot saying, "Hey, someone's using your picture to try and scam girls." When I go and look at the number, it's the same guy that I was meant to meet
Yeah, that's
up
a
with.
norm. That's a norm for everything.
So for me, it's like, listen, as I've got a whole reputation to protect.
Oh,
So as a sexual wellness coach, you see my picture on your WhatsApp because someone is using it. And if something goes wrong with these girls, they get trafficked or something happens to them, all they're going to say is, this is the face and this is the person who told me to go to this place and meet at this time and do this. So I'm currently speaking with a lawyer to do a whole cease and desist. I've got their details. I know how to kind of contact them and reach them. And I'm having to pay. That's why I'm like, my OnlyFans money is going into legal battles and, not the general stuff that people think. Like, it's not all the leisure. It's not the fluff. It's not the pretty things. But I also have a reputation to protect. So I'm willing to put that money and invest that money for this lawyer to now go and say, you have to remove all content that you may have of Lindi R and dissociate yourself from her. So that
that's bad,
because that's money. You pay for that.
100%. And not only that, if these girls get harmed in today's climate in South Africa especially, I'm going to be implicated. I'm going to be seen like as that girl who is putting other women in danger and other girls in danger to try and make a quick buck, and that is not me. So I need to nip it in the bud and make sure that it never comes up again. That people can, that I have to make an example out of them so that they know I'm not here to be fucked with. So that's currently what I'm dealing with. But I do know that there's a lot of dangers that come with OnlyFans. There's a lot of dangers that come with just being the type of social media person that I am, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
I just want to
Lindi?
ask. I just want to ask her a question on a couple of things for real life, because you've spoken a little bit about OnlyFans in terms of the digital now.
Yeah.
So a couple of questions, like for instance, how do you deal with relationships now? Do you find that your partners may have a problem that you're on OnlyFans? Or?
Do you have a partner though?
So I don't have a partner right now. I did have a partner.
Do you have a man's in your life?
I don't have a man's. I'm actually very, very single. I'm celibate. I'm not trying to have a man's. I'm trying to actually just re-establish myself sexually. I'm trying to understand myself sexually. I feel like a lot of my past sexual experiences have not necessarily been for me, but been out of obligation. So I'm trying to find myself. But when I did have a boyfriend, he was very supportive. He was very encouraging. He would ask me, "Baby, have you recorded content for this week?" Like, but he wasn't my muse, which was weird. I couldn't record the kind of content that I needed to, that raunchy, sexy, out there content when he was in the room, because that was my intimate space. That was my sacred space. That was my comfort. So I couldn't merge the two. And that's where my polyamory comes in. So I am polyamorous, which is being with a multiple partner with the consent of your partner. And I was with other people, not necessarily whilst I was with him, but I had other people who enticed me and made me feel sexy and raunchy and naughty, that I was able to kind of generate that content, even though I had an intimate partner.
So important.
So,
those are
but
real relationships.
because I'm very transparent, because I'm very wear your heart on your sleeve, every single person knows about my OnlyFans, and they kind of have an idea of what they're getting themselves into prior. So if you're not a supportive boyfriend, you probably won't make it to the boyfriend title anyway. So
Yeah, true.
Okay. That's very nice. So many insights that you get. So many Okay.
Yeah, and men can be, I don't know.
What's
you're
wrong with men?
hustling. You're hustling on your own, and then they still wanna. Why can't you be supportive of what I'm doing? That's what I'm not understanding. Like literally.
Egos,
But they are.
jealousy,
Yeah.
They
things like
are
that.
if you are open and honest.
But that's another story.
But you were you were a brave girl to move on. Yeah, you were a brave girl to actually,
She was enough to
stand on your foot and be like, you know what? If you don't like this, you can move on. I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I think we gotta let Linz enjoy the rest of her cognac in peace. But
Thank
let's
you.
just-
It's even finished. Can you see it's empty?
Where can I get in touch with you, Lindy?
So it's Lindi_R on most of my social media platforms, but specifically for like OnlyFans, Instagram is _Lindi_R, and then Twitter is Lindi_R. I hope people got that. And then there's Touch My Yoni, which is my baby, my YouTube channel. And you should go check out my most watched video, how to give a blowjob.
You'll see her.
I got 1 million views on that.
Okay, I need to go do a lot of research when I get home.
Once again, thank you, Kush Kandy. Thank you. It's always a pleasure having you. I know.
Yeah, man.
perspective is
Another
super
show.
good.
Successful show. I hope so.
Yes.
And yeah, you can get me on Twitter at Kush_Kandy, which is at KUSH_KNDY. And you can get me on Facebook, Azukile Kushempashwa.
Thank you, super. Thank you to everybody listening to A Little Too Deep, Lindi. Thank you once more for joining us. Hopefully, we can make a habit of these lovely conversations that we're saying. Make sure that you subscribe to A Little Too Deep on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Rather.
Yeah.
And thank you. Enjoy. Toast to the world. And we'll see you later for our next episode.
A Little Too Deep.
Thank you.